morning, ladies and gentlemen. Our program will begin momentarily. Grab that cup of coffee, finish checking those early morning emails. We will begin in just a moment. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Girl Scouts of Greater Atlanta Power Hour Promise event. We are thrilled that you made plans to join us this morning and start your day with an empowering hour of inspiration from girls and women across our community. They all make a difference. I encourage you to turn up the sound. We don't want you to miss a single word. You know, there are many traditions at Girl Scouts, and while my niece Carson may know many of them better than I, it means a lot to host this virtual experience as a board member and also as a champion for girls. Let's amplify the voice of girls within your network. Share inspiring moments with the people you know by using our hashtag #PowerOurPromise or Girl Power Atlanta across your social media platforms. Also, join us by using the chat box to talk to one another and share your thoughts about what inspires or what uplifts you. Now, let's go back to those traditions. Let's begin by first hearing from a young woman who knows all about them herself. I'd like to introduce you to Lainey Broussard, a powerful young woman who has grown significantly through her many years as a Girl Scout. As Lainey prepares to enter Boston University this fall as an incoming first-year student, she looks back on what the promise means to her.
Back when I was only a daisy in Girl Scouts, I can vividly recall reciting the Girl Scout promise before the start of every meeting. I would robotically let the words fall past my lips and fall bitterly onto the floor where I stood, quickly becoming cemented into the ground instead of becoming solidified in my soul. For so long, I was simply reciting a promise that I was not actively putting power behind. However, in one of those cherished Girl Scout meetings, I learned that virtually nothing can be properly powered without a stable source of fuel. In attempting to discover what truly fueled and motivated me, I decided to audition for a public speaking group, branched out of Girl Scouts, called the Miss Media Program. It was from this experience that I earned my first speaking engagement, and none other than the Second Century Luncheon in 2018, where I got to interview R&B legend and singer Carrie Hilson. And it was only when I saw the reflection of myself in the lens of the camera that I was able to grasp an initial spark of curiosity that eventually ignited a flame of passion within me. And suddenly, the promise I had spoken so many times before raised a sense of awareness in me. Like fuel is to energy, my promise energized my power. Whether being named a quarterfinalist at an international Harvard University debate tournament, having a 1-hour interview segment on V103, being interviewed by USA Today, being nationally broadcasted on a televised event, or speaking to hundreds as one of the keynote speakers at the Smart City Expo. My voice lives on the pages of news articles, thrives in the center of the classroom, and constantly reaches out to others to liberate them from their own modes of invisibility. I can now see the impact that Girl Scouts had on my life. The entire mission statement of Girl Scouts is centered around building girls of courage, confidence, and character who make the world a better place. My story is just a single testimony. However, there are 2.5 million girls in this organization, and out of that 2.5 million, dozens have dedicated their time to creating care packages for COVID-19. Hundreds have started up drives for children placed in situations of educational inequity due to online learning. Thousands of you have marched the streets of cities advocating for social justice. Millions of us have discovered the undeniable power that art gives. We are able to culminate our individual flames of passion into a collective torch that can and will light the way to a better tomorrow. Girl Scouts taught me many virtues, and of these, the ability to put power behind your promise is the most prominent. However, I challenge all of you today to not simply stop at putting power behind your promise. No, I urge all of you to start putting the words of the promise into actual progress. If change is our true destination, let the power to progress be the vehicle that takes us there. because this amazing journey of sisterhood that myself and generations of women have gone through has many different lanes of advocacy. And now, more than ever, it is vital to honor each one, whether you plan to serve, help, or live. Serve God and your country, help people at all times, and to live by the Girl Scout law.
Wow, Lainey, your words are an inspiration to us all. Thank you for being with us this morning and for sharing your passion with all of us and with the world. We know that you will continue to do great things. Yes, let's lean into this moment and begin with the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the Girl Scout Promise and Law, presented by Girl Scout Aditi Mohan.
Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please join us for the Girl Scout Promise. On my honor, I will try to serve God and my country, to help people at all times, and to live by the Girl Scout law. Please join us for the Girl Scout law. I will do my best to be honest and fair, friendly and helpful, considerate and caring, courageous and strong, and responsible for what I say and do, and to respect myself and others, respect authority, use resources wisely, make the world a better place, and be a sister to every Girl Scout. Thank you. Back to you, Candace.
Thank you, Aditi. What a special day for us all to come together on the 100th anniversary of the 19th Amendment, which gave some women the right to vote. We also celebrate the 55th anniversary of the Voting Rights Act of 1965, which expanded voting rights for Black men and women. None of these movements and moments have come without pain and determination. Today, we all continue to endure the change and disruption that this pandemic has caused each of us over the last months. And the same is true for our girls. For those of you who are members of the Second Century Circle, like myself, thank you for continuing to empower girls through this crisis. Your support has been an unwavering bridge for girls to strengthen their sense of sisterhood, resilience, and community. 3 words that mean more in times of isolation than ever before. Thank you for coming to hear and to celebrate their stories. We are also grateful for our honorary chair, Jack Kay, who for years has been man enough to be a Girl Scout and continues to show his unwavering support today. Thank you, Jack. Now in the chat box, you will also see a reminder on how you can make your gift today. Simply text Power Hour Promise to 44321. In honor of this event, one generous donor is willing to match all donations up to $30,000. Friends, let's not leave anything on the table. Your gift, no matter the amount, will make a difference. A $250 donation will provide 10 girls with a multi-session leadership experience with a caring adult leader. A $500 gift will support a girl in our outreach program for an entire year of Girl Scouting. And at our $1,000 Second Century Circle level, say that 3 times fast, your donation will provide scholarships for a week of virtual camp for an entire outreach troop. Let's match this amazing support today. Now, without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to the Girl Scouts of Greater Atlanta CEO, Amy Dosick. Amy?
Thank you, Candace, and thank you for that warm welcome. And let me add my welcome to all of you who are joining us this morning. We wouldn't be here today without a lot of hard work behind the scenes on the part of our wonderful table hosts and our hardworking board and committee members who helped to make this virtual event a reality. If we were here in person, I'd ask all of you to stand and be recognized. But since things are a little different this year, please take a moment to join me in thanking all of the folks listed here for their dedication and commitment to the Girl Scout movement. We are here this morning to celebrate the promise and potential of girls. At Girl Scouts, our motto is be prepared, and our badges and outdoor programs prepare girls with the skills and resilience to face any challenge that life throws their way. Especially in times of crisis, our Girl Scout promise and law instruct us to be considerate and caring and to help people at all times. I'm so proud of how our Girl Scouts have been turning those words into actions for more than 100 years. Did you know that Girl Scouts volunteered as ambulance drivers and worked as nurses during the Spanish flu epidemic of 1918? During World War II, Girl Scouts sold war bonds, tended victory gardens, and collected scrap metal. So it won't surprise you to learn that Girl Scouts continue to serve our community today during the current pandemic. This morning, you'll hear how our girls are supporting our frontline healthcare workers, helping families dealing with food insecurity, and promoting strong literacy skills to prevent academic losses during the pandemic. When I think about the kinds of servant leaders our country needs in the next generation, I can say with certainty that our country needs more Girl Scouts. Although we have much to celebrate, there is much work to be done. The pandemic has exposed stark vulnerabilities of many of our Girl Scout families. In Georgia, nearly half of our children grow up in households that are low income. At Girl Scouts, this equates to more than 14,000 girls who receive financial assistance to be part of Scouting every year. With the rise of unemployment and more families struggling to make ends meet, we expect this number to grow significantly in the year ahead. We are proud of our long-standing commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion at Girl Scouts, and ensuring that every girl can be a Girl Scout regardless of financial ability. But we can't do it without generous supporters like you. Even before the pandemic, Girl Scouts reached more low-income kids than nearly any youth-serving organization in the state of Georgia, including programs that serve both genders. We know that the demand for assistance will be greater this year, and vulnerable families need Girl Scouts more than ever. Since the pandemic began, our outreach team at Girl Scouts has been making sure our families know how to access emergency feeding programs, rent assistance, and community resources. Through the distribution of more than 1,250 Camp in a Box and STEM in a Box activity kits to our outreach families this summer, our team has provided much needed hope and learning support for families at a time when rec centers, camps, and other community programs that they depend on are closed. As the school year gets started, we're doubling down on our efforts to support all girls through robust online badge programs in robotics, civics, engineering, outdoor skills, art, financial literacy, and more. At a time when many families are worried about academic losses, our Girl Scouting at Home curriculum will help girls reinforce literacy skills, practice critical thinking, support social emotional learning, and reinforce the math, social studies, and science curriculum they receive through digital learning during the day. It has never been more important for every girl to be a Girl Scout. I hope you'll join me today in making that possible by texting POWEROURPROMISE to 44321. If you still have any doubts about the power of Girl Scouting and its impact on girls, I want to introduce you to some of our Miss Media girls. Miss Media is a program for girls interested in careers in communications fields. These girls receive public speaking training and represent our council at events and in media interviews. This year, As we recognize the 100th anniversary of the 19th Amendment and the 55th anniversary of the Voting Rights Act, they've prepared a special video about what the right to vote means to them. Take a look at what they shared to us. Thank you for being champions for Girl Scouts.
Hello, I'm Ariella Ionasazan, a Girl Scout senior, and I will be able to vote in November 2024.
I'm Temple Lester, and I'm a 13-year-old Girl Scout cadet, and the year I will be able to vote is in 2025.
Hi, my name is Samyukta Iyer, and I am a Girl Scout ambassador.
Hi, my name is Nadia. I'm an ambassador in Girl Scouts, and I will be able to vote the year 2022.
Hello, my name is Elizabeth. I am a Girl Scout cadet, and the day that I will be able to vote is December 10th, 2020. What the right to vote means to me. It means that my voice and my opinion matter.
The right to vote is an opportunity to make my voice heard.
Right to vote is important to me because I get to decide and have a say in my future and the future of my community.
The right to vote means I can choose who makes a difference during that current time and also who can make a difference that impacts for years to come in the future.
The right to vote is so important to me because it's not only our right but responsibility to vote. The way that you create a better and brighter future is through who you vote for now and the decisions that you make now.
The right to vote is also honoring what has been done in the past, all the work and tireless sacrifice of activists and suffragettes to make sure that I, as a young woman of color, have the right to make my voice heard.
Ever since I was a Daisy, I have been very involved in my community. Girl Scouts has helped me learn that it does not have to be a hard task. It can be easy, fun, you can make new friends, and you can make the world a better place.
Girl Scouts is already teaching us important things like this through our Take Action projects. I've already completed my Bronze Award, I'm almost done with my Silver Award, and I am on the path to change the world.
Girl Scouts have been crucial in encouraging me to get more involved in my community, whether it be through the Gold Award program, in which I have been really sparked to action and pushed to go out of my own comfort zone and really analyze and take a hands-on approach to solving problems in my community.
Girl Scouts has encouraged me to be involved in my community by teaching me public speaking skills and introducing me to new people in the legislature and representatives.
Girl Scouts has taught me the importance of community and taught me the importance of creative experiences and positive relationships throughout your community.
Not to mention the amazing network of inspiring young women who I've interacted with at the local, state, national, and even international level through being part of various Girl Scouts programs. Girl Scouts is also creating new civic badges, which will even further improve and expand all girls' knowledge of civic engagement and empowerment.
The new civic badges and democracy badges can really help you guide and teach you what steps you need to do in order to get these connections. Thank you. Back to you, Candace.
Wow, that was great. Thank you, girls. You young ladies are amazing. And I am happy that you all are looking ahead to the future and the day that you get to vote. And it's our job to support you. Friends, take a moment and make your donation right now. Text Power Hour Promise to 44321. These young women are following in the footsteps of giants. Giants like our next guest, Dr. Jane Smith, another Girl Scout alumna trailblazer whose great aunt, Basiline Usher, began the first Black Girl Scout troop right here in Atlanta. I got to spend some time with Jane recently and want each of you to hear her thoughts on Girl Scouts in the community.
So every now and then I see a reference to Girl Scouts in people's bios or whatever. But I really need, I mean, we've got Girl Scouts everywhere who are doing all sorts of incredible things, whether they were Girl Scout for 1 year or for 15 years. You know what I mean? We need to push. We need to find these women. We need to identify these women. We need to train these women that when they talk about themselves, when they give their mighty speeches, we need to carry that badge with us. We need to carry the pride, and we need to tell it. We need to show it. We need, well, my beginning began with such and such. And I really believe that that other people then will catch on and see the tremendous value. Not that they don't already, but at least they can put some names to it and say, whoa, look at this, look at this. And so I'm thinking that if we cannot forget what our purpose and agenda is, we should do it, and we should continue to do it very well. But in this time, when all sorts of things matter, we need to make sure that the girls know that Girl Scout is not going to just push me, but Girl Scouts is going to give me the opportunity to bring my arms, you know, to bring my purpose to the table.
Thank you so much, Dr. Smith, for spending some time with me a few weeks ago. The story of you and your great aunt Vaseline is a testament to how Girl Scouts fits uniquely in the framework of Atlanta's history and even the years leading and through the civil rights movement. Now, given the challenge girls face today, it's critical that we continue to empower each of these young women to be bold and courageous, like the late Vaseline Usher and each of you. With that in mind, I want to share with you 3 stories of girls and troops who during this global pandemic took words from the promise and law and put them into action by using their resources wisely to make the world a better place. Talk about resilience.
Girl Scout Troop 14404 started in the 2013-2014 school year. The girls were first grade newbies and wanted their troop to exemplify the characteristics outlined in the Girl Scout law and in the Girl Scout promise. They wanted their troop to be a troop that focused on community service. In December, the girls met as cadets to talk about a marketing badge. Layla, one of the scouts, came up with the suggestion that they should donate a book for every box of cookies that the girls sell. So the girls worked together using their skills to develop a business plan, marketing techniques, and everything they needed to get this up and running. And they were doing great until COVID hit. COVID hit our world. It hit our nation. It hit our community. COVID hit our cookie sales. And COVID impacted the girls' plan for gathering books to give to children in need. But this group of girls is unstoppable, and they weren't going to let something like COVID stop them from doing what they had set out to do. In April, the girls were missing out on their time together. One of their afternoon FaceTime conversations. In that conversation, the girls saw beyond themselves and realized that if COVID was impacting them like it was, imagine how it was impacting those less fortunate. Girls wanted to do something to help. So as one of their take action projects, they opted to move forward with their book project. The girls contacted local elementary and middle schools and asked to set up drop-off locations for book donations during the days that staff was there cleaning out their classrooms and during the days that the kids came to gather their personal items in the building. When the girls took their book donations and delivered them to Cobb Collaborative's office in Smyrna, they had gathered 1,752 book donations. The day they were there dropping off their books, the organization was also hosting a drive-through meal pickup. The girls were moved and they stayed and they helped. Nothing slow them down. Well, okay, it might slow them down a little bit, but they are unstoppable. Here we are in August. COVID continues, but their book drive continues too. There are so many uncertainties, but one of the biggest certainties the girls have is they are there for each other, and they appreciate you being there to help support them and the Girl Scout organization. Thank you for supporting Girl Scouts. Thank you for your time and for your dedication to an amazing organization that is helping make our world a better place.
Hello, my name is Madhani Anand from Troop 10505, and I'm an ambassador in Girl Scouts. I have been a Girl Scout since elementary school, and I decided to take action in my community by feeding and aiding the less privileged during the COVID-19 crisis. In the Girl Scout Promise, we pledge to help people at all times. Now, especially during this pandemic crisis, it is more important than ever to help the people who need us. As someone who has recited these lines in countless meetings, I knew I couldn't sit by when there were people in my community suffering. I had to help. My project involved collecting and taking donations to North Fulton Community Charities, or NFCC, and delivering home-cooked meals to the homeless of Atlanta. I collected over 250 pounds of food and supplies for NFCC, as well as donated 60 meals per week since May, prepared by myself and others. This impacted my community by helping members less privileged than I during the crisis. In this time, many people are losing their jobs and they are really struggling to support their families. By doing something as simple as bringing them food and supplies, their lives are made much more manageable and they would have less to worry about. In addition to this, with my family, I recorded a music video that helped raise over $1,000 for the nonprofit charity Access Life America. Access Life America helps support and house families with children with cancer in India. This was especially important as many of the families are struggling to help their immunocompromised children during COVID-19, and the funds went towards providing them food and safety precautions for the virus. I also volunteered at Red Cross blood drives, signing people in and encouraging donors to return. This impacted my community because it aided the sick patients who needed blood and the frontline workers at the Red Cross who needed the help of support of donor ambassadors like myself. As a Girl Scout, I have learned much about how small actions impact a community. From a young age, I was motivated to volunteer and serve in my community in any way possible, thanks to Girl Scouts. Being a Girl Scout not only taught me how to take action, but it inspired and encouraged me to do so. I continued my efforts in supporting all the organizations throughout summer. Thank you for supporting me and powering our promise. Bye!
Thank you so much, ladies. Wow, that really was amazing. I hope you, like I, are in awe of what our Girl Scouts are doing all around us. They truly represent the resilience and sisterhood that our community so desperately needs today. In our follow-up message, we're going to share more about Aditi. Aditi led us in the Girl Scout Promise and Law this morning, and she also took the initiative to support our frontline healthcare heroes by creating masks to keep them safe. Now, without further ado, let me introduce you to Ariella, another great Girl Scout who will introduce our Changing the World awardee, Laura Turner Seydel.
My name is Ariella. I'm a rising ninth grade senior Girl Scout. I love the environment. 2 years ago, I led a successful campaign to convince the Gwinnett County Public School District to eliminate styrofoam lunch trays and replace them with cardboard trays. It's also why I'm so happy to introduce you to fellow environmentalist and 2020 Changing the World awardee, Laura Turner Seydel.
Good morning, everyone. And thank you so much, Ariella, for your kind introduction and for all your great work in helping to transition your school district away from one-use throwaway plastics that are plaguing our world. And thank you as well, Amy and the Girl Scouts of Greater Atlanta, for presenting me with the Changing Our World Award, which is so incredibly meaningful as a former Girl Scout and troop leader. I'm also excited that today we celebrated the critically important work of girls and young women in our community that are making a difference even while a global pandemic is raging. I hope and pray that we can build back a world that's better, more healthy, equitable, and just. And as a troop leader and as a Girl Scout, my favorite experiences, the most special and impactful experiences, were out in nature, paddling, camping, hiking, and gardening. I know it helped build the foundation of the person that I am, as well as my two daughters. And I hope that we can support the Girl Scouts and rise to the occasion of my friends Chantal Bagwell's challenge grant to make sure that all girls who want the Girl Scout experience can have it. We only protect what we know and love. And nature, our life support system, our air, water, land, soil, and biodiversity is absolutely important, a vital experience for all girls. So thank you for this honor, and hope to see you again under one roof. Take care and God bless.
Thank you so much, Laura. We appreciate your being here with us this morning and for encouraging everyone to support our girls. You indeed are an inspiration. As we move into the final portion of this morning's program, I'd like to hear more from our guests today. Please take a moment, type into the chat box what's been the favorite story that you've heard so far. Remember to share these stories on social media. We want you to use the hashtag PowerOurPromise or Girl Power Atlanta. Next, I want to introduce you to our board chair, Ann Bowen Long. She has an update for us. Good morning, Ann.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
Glad to be with everyone.
Good. Well, I want to thank you, Candace, Laura, and our amazing Girl Scouts for sharing your stories. Aren't they wonderful? I'm so happy also to share that this morning we've raised $5,000 from this specific event. And I know we can do better, so please remember to text Power Our Promise to 44321 now and make your gift. You can see this in the chat box. While I have your attention, I also want to share a special thanks to the members of our Second Century Circle, the 1912 Society, and our corporate partners who have donated $25,000 or more this year. Thank you, AmeriGroup, Assurant, Atlanta Foundation, CareSource, Fiserv, Georgia Power, Mohawk, PNC Bank, Public Supermarket Charities, and WellCare, who are dedicated supporters of Girl Scouts of Greater Atlanta. I also want to especially thank AB&B, who within the past 24 hours has decided to support our girls by pledging $10,000 this year. We have a lot to celebrate. As you heard today, each of you play a critical role in the lives and stories of these girls. Moments like this year's virtual camp CEO bring joy to people during difficult times. Thank you for being there when our girls need you most. So let's raise a coffee cup toast to more opportunities to unite in sisterhood, resilience, and community today and in the years to come.
Thank you, Anne, for those kind words. Looking at the chat box while you were talking, some of the great stories that our guests have remembered and wanted to give shout outs to this morning. Lainey's story especially is one of the stories that has really resonated. And the stories all said to be so empowering that we are encouraged and excited about what lies ahead, especially in their futures. Friends, I can't believe that we are nearing the end of our time together this morning, but I hope that we have made one thing abundantly clear to each and every one of you. No matter the task at hand or the issues we face, the young women in Girl Scouts will always rise to the occasion. Time and time again throughout our history, women have proven to be resilient, creative, and strong. Now, this doesn't just happen on its own. It takes many opportunities throughout childhood and adolescence to cultivate a leader, and Girl Scouts does just that. We take the natural skills inside a girl and enrich her life with a troop leader who serves as a role model, a sisterhood that challenges her to find her voice, and a community of supporters that push her to make a difference. Like the late Dr. Maya Angelou said, I do my best because I'm counting on you, counting on me. Do not miss this opportunity to stand up for a girl and to amplify her voice. Young women like Lainey got their start in a blue daisy uniform in kindergarten. Leaders like Aditi and Kamini learned to love service through badge-earning activities, and outreach programs level the playing field for all girls, regardless of their schools or their zip codes. Now, before we go, one final example of Girl Scouts being the change makers the world needs today through our Gold Award leadership experience.
The Gold Award is an opportunity for girls to show leadership while in high school. It is a self-led project where girls are taking action in their communities to try to solve a real need.
For my Gold Award project, I did a series of clean eating classes. In each class, we would talk about different healthy eating things because that's really important to me, like how you can help yourself through healthy eating, both mentally, physically, and just all throughout.
My Gold Award project is called Starting the Conversation, and I made a documentary video to bring awareness to sexual assault, sexual harassment, and sexual peer pressure within my age group, middle schoolers, and even college students. One of the most disgusting, I would say, statistics is that every 98 seconds someone is being assaulted. So I wanted this video to help bring awareness to this serious situation.
So my Gold Award was inspired by my grandmother who died of oral cancer. And after seeing what oral cancer did to her in the last few years of her life, I wanted to do more research about the disease. What I realized was that all of these diseases were preventable with early detection and treatment. So that's how Project Help a Child Smile was born.
So I think the power of the Gold Award for any young lady is the fact that we teach them a process that many people don't learn even in college. We teach them to take projects, huge projects, and to break them down into manageable pieces. We teach them how to go out into the community to help them accomplish things that make real, lasting impact in their community.
The Gold Award, first of all, means that my daughter has an opportunity to have a positive impact in the lives of people that she may not even know. And so for her to want to make an impact in that way, I'm just beyond proud as a parent.
It takes so much energy so much leadership and a lot of dedication. And to be able to see what these girls can accomplish and what they set their mind to is really inspiring and impactful to me.
Her confidence, her leadership, all of that has come together in her Gold Award journey. And the girl that started it 2 years ago has blossomed into someone very confident, very different 2 years afterwards.
Our Gold Award Scouts always go above and beyond, but it's because many of them start as young kindergartners learning about leadership and service. Every year truly brings something new for each girl. We hope you have been inspired by everything that you've seen and that you've heard this morning. You make these experiences for girls possible. There is still time for you to help us reach our $30,000 match. The work does not end here. Challenge your own circle of friends to join you in making our world a better place. Good morning, and we thank you for joining us today.